Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Friday Night Thunder action. We have returned. Welcome back. It's been such a long time since we've done one of these broadcasts. You got good old Pit Row Joe, the producer, has returned to the booth. I'm making my Vince Welch or Jamie Little return up to the booth. And I got John next to me here tonight for the season ahead of us. We're about halfway through the season. John, welcome back. I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to be back on the broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the man. We're back. So if you haven't applauded, you should. And it's great to be here after a little bit of a hiatus. Friday Night Thunder is back on the YouTube, and we're proud to present that to you. We also have a special guest for you this evening. We have Breaking Maddie in the pits as our pit road reporter tonight. Maddie's going to be down there in pit road giving us the skinny on strategies and comers and goers and everything that happens down there. Great to see you, Maddie. Why don't you give us a shout, buddy?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Hopefully I can do the best I can to give you all the best strategies for everybody.
Well, it's great having you. I hope you do a great job in my role. We got some great shuffling going on around here. But you know what? Even though we got this shuffling going on, we got a bit of Fox Sports broadcast going on. We will do a way better job at giving you good camera angles for tonight's race. I promise you guys that. So tonight, we got the modifieds at Bristol for Friday Night Thunder action. We got 150 laps in the modifieds open wheel racing here for you tonight. The stage is at the end of lap 70. There's 2 total tire sets, so these drivers get one chance to change a set of tires. They also, since these are open wheel cars, John, they get a fast repair for tonight's race. What do you think about that?
And, the fast repair is definitely going to come in handy. These modifieds are a little bit sensitive, a little bit of contact, and you might have some damage there that's really going to set you back. So, that's going to come in handy. That's a nice addition to this series. And what a great way to bring back Friday Night Thunder here at Thunder Valley with Bristol Motor Speedway. So I'm really amped up for tonight's action. I can't wait to get this started. I don't know about you, Joe, but this feels just right. Feels right.
Yes, it does. So to get you guys caught up, we did do modifieds over the summer last season for the summer 12-pack. And Bryson Bobby Dotson was the winner here at Bristol. Your current points leader, we actually have a tie at the top coming into the points tonight between Joe Volpus and David Owens. So we got a real heated battle going on there, and we're going to pull that up for you right now to show you just what the points look like coming into Bristol here. So you see David Owens, Joseph Volpus tied at the top, 223 points apiece. Tommy Fox hot on their heels with 208 points. And then we got the rest of the field going on behind them. So, John, what are you looking at here for tonight? You think David Owens, Joe Volpus, both of them really experienced short track racers in this series, veterans of the league. Looks like it's going to be another contested battle with Tommy Fox, I think, is the underdog going on here.
Well, you definitely have a three-headed monster at the top here. Mr. Zero Chill himself, David Owens, always in the mix when it comes to short tracks, intermediates, and super speedways. So he's going to be there in the end. Joe Volpus here, he's no stranger to success in this series and in the late model stocks. So I am really curious to see how it's going to pan out tonight with strategy. I want to see how competitive they get here as the points battle tightens up. Thomas Fox, man, I'm telling you, old Tommy, he is definitely the dark horse here. He's a sentimental favorite, so I'd like to see him run it up front and giving it his best shot.
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle here, I believe. Tommy got his first win, actually, in MRL a few weeks ago, so congrats to him. David Owens, I know he's got a few wins on the season, and Joe is actually still looking for his first win. So really showing the consistency at this point in the season. So now it looks like we're getting ready to grid up here in a second. So let's show you our current results.
And for those of you at home here, we have a definite upgrade package here in terms of our graphics and our overlays. So we hope that you do enjoy that. We're still working a few of the kinks out, but this is definitely a great way to really present this to you, the viewer, as we move forward here in the MRL. You'll see that across all the series that we do broadcast and air. So be on the lookout for broadcast improvements and a lot of eye candy here as we bring you the fantastic action that this league offers across all series.
That is for certain. Looks like we might be having a little bit of technical difficulty here real quick.
And just as I promote the tech, technology being what it is, a little bit of a glitch there, but we'll have everything on track. See what I did there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. There's our qualifying results. So Joe Amato making his first appearance, I believe, of the season. He'll get the pole here for tonight by 3/1000ths of a second over Steve Lewis. David Owens, 6/1000ths back in third. Tommy Fox, David Brenner, Joe Volpes, Jack Sanders, Kevin Brower, Matt Novella, Andrew Alverson also making a debut here tonight. And Jerry Rose rounds out the field. All those drivers within just over 1/10 of a second. It's going to be a real tight race here tonight, John.
So yes, absolutely. A lot of parity here in the field. As you see, we have the two newcomers here, Joe Amato and Andrew Alverson, denoted with a 900 series number to show that they are rookies to this series. May not be necessarily rookies to the league, but definitely new to the series. So it just gives those in the field awareness to welcome those that have just joined us. But absolutely very competitive here. Lot of fast lap times. I'm really curious to see who's going to be great on the short run here and who's going to be able to manage their stuff over the course of a long run. As we see them here being led around with the pace car. Lights are off on the pace car, so we will be going green here shortly.
Yep, so remember a few rule changes for this season. So in iRacing, the restart zone is now off, but the initial start still goes on the flagman. Restarts go on the leader in the restart zone. And it looks like the lights may be off, but it looks like we're going an extra lap. I guess whoever's behind the pace car, I forget the guy's name, Buster or whatever, didn't get the memo here.
Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and do a little bit of protocol here to clean us up a little bit. We'll go take them around one more time before we go green and start hollering at the field.
So it looks like we might be having a little bit of technical difficulties here again.
So I'm curious to see how Mr. Jack Sanders is going to do tonight there. He doesn't run full-time in the Friday night series, but he's definitely a veteran of Friday night and other series in MRL, as is Matt Novella in the 56 Mellow Yellow. So there's a couple guys to look forward to watching in action tonight. And I'm always curious to see how Steve Lewis in the 88 does, old Fast Louie himself. So a lot of different storylines to pay attention to tonight and to follow with, and we'll definitely bring all the action as it unfolds here. Pace lights are off, so we are willingness to go green.
That's right. Looks like we got Joe Amato here starting, of course, on the pole position here, and it looks like we might be going around for another lap. I don't know. We'll see what's going on here with the.
Looks like the iRacing stewards are just not satisfied here, so we're just going to do this until we get it right. You are not experiencing deja vu. So I'm really excited, Joe, to see how the track conditions evolve over the course of this main feature here. We got a shade here, part of the track in full sun. We're really curious to see how that transitions as we move along. Pace car
it's going to be very interesting. Here we go.
Off, and we're about to await the green flag.
And they're off. Racing.
Boogity boogity and such.
Welcome back, everyone. We're back to racing.
Joe Amato off to an early lead here. Had a great jump on that green flag. It looks like
got loose.
Matt Novella got a little loose. He had his hands full there. Those cold tires will reach out and grab you on those restarts. You just gotta be on top of things there. But it looks like everybody has their modifieds under control, and we're off racing, fellas. It looks like Joe Amato's off to a nice lead here on lap 3. Steve Lewis is just a couple tenths behind him, just letting those tires come warm up to temperature and try to get spread out a little bit. see how we go over here. Thomas Fox there lurking in third. That's your top three. Lap 4 of 150 lap feature here on Friday Night Thunder.
I'm going to throw something out there real quick for you for Joe Amato. So he in the Bonfire Truck Series here at Bristol, of all places, actually, he was able to get his first career Truck Series win in the Bonfire Racing League. So Bristol seems to be a really good track for him. These track conditions are going to be a little bit different from that, though, of course. Different cars, different track condition, and different time. That race was completely under the lights. This race, on the other hand, looks like we got a bit of a sunset into a transition into nighttime. So we'll see how that all plays into the way this race plays out here tonight for him.
So with that being said, Joe, you got your modifieds there. Joe Amato wins in a truck. What are some of the differences in how the trucks drive versus the modified and vice versa? It's got to be a little bit of a different feel, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, so some big things. Of course, you got the big tires on the modifieds, open wheel car. So those are two major differences already. Big tires, you're able to get a lot of grip around the corner. It's almost like the car is on rails going around the track, John, when you're driving it around there. When those tires, when they get nice and hot and greasy, those Hoosier tires, you can get some really great grip out of them. Here, let's go on board with Joe Amato for a lap and just show you how fast these guys are going.
Yeah, right now, Joe Amato's saying, "Who's your daddy?" And if you guys like that or didn't like that, there's more of that humor. That's the kind of thing we do around here on Friday Night Thunder. But on board with Joe Amato here in the 908, it looks like he's just got a great race line going here. He's got nice, smooth corner entry. He's just hugging the apron as he gets a really good exit there out of the corner. So he's got that car dialed in pretty good right now. He's got a really good, smooth entry, nice steering, good apex, and that car just looks like it's doing everything it wants him to do at the moment.
So let's go with somebody back in traffic. Let's go on board with David Brenner, who's in the middle of the field. Let's see what he's dealing with right now. You can see he's fighting the wheel a lot more.
And David Brenner, he's batted a little bit of that dirty air. He's got David Owens in front of him there. That gives you a really good heads-up view of what these drivers are seeing out on the track. You have a little bit of limited visibility there with that big air cleaner, taking up a little bit of your field of view. But I'm telling you something, just like in any other discipline of racing, that dirty air will really mess with the handling of the car.
Yeah, so one of the big things that I've noticed with this car is when you're not in clean air, it has more of an effect than, I'd say almost arguably, than the next-gen car. And we all know how aero-dependent the next-gen car is, but clean air is truly king with this car as well. And you really wouldn't think about that with it being a short-track car. You get chrome horn racing, open wheel. You wouldn't really think of a short-track car in NASCAR being something that really needs clean air, but trust me, the clean air gives you such an advantage, you wouldn't even believe it.
Considering that these aren't the most aero-friendly looking designs, it just goes to show you that funnel of wind that gets developed when these cars start making pace and start breaking up that air, what it can really do to the handling and the effects of the car once you're back in traffic. So I can definitely agree with what you're saying there, and how everybody always says, clean air, you want to be in clean air, that's the king. And it's definitely love-hate with those next-gen cars, so I could only imagine the sensitivity here with the modified here in an open-wheel design.
It truly is incredible. You definitely do not want to touch the apron. We've seen a lot of bad things happen when you get that left front or the left side of the car at all across the apron. That's when trouble starts. So hopefully we can avoid that tonight, avoid the big one. I know one of the last times we were here in Friday Night Thunder, Bristol, oh man, we had cars flipping and flying, and that was in the late models. So those things are a little bit slower than these modifieds. So hopefully we can avoid any of that kind of chaos here tonight. So let's have a quick rundown through the field here. So we got Joe Amato leading the race here in first, John. Looks
Absolutely.
like
he's been leading wire to wire here, 23 laps into your 150 lap main feature. He's got himself a nice, comfortable half-second lead over Steve Lewis in the 88 Chevrolet modified there. Old Steve Lewis out of Missouri. He's a longtime member of the MRL family. He participates in all of the series that we offer here, and he's definitely a competitive one. Very fiery, feisty guy. Always wanting to run and race, and just searching for speed. And behind him, he's being challenged by Thomas Fox there in the double aught. Old Tommy, he's a Alabama gang fella, and he's definitely looking to build on his first win that he received a couple weeks ago. Try to carry that momentum and really, lay claim to this series, tell everybody that he's here. So good to see Tommy out there having a good run here early. And as we move further back in the field, you'll see that we have David Owens at fourth at 11. David Owens, he's the series administrator for the Xfinity Series, and a very, very disciplined racer, highly skilled. He definitely loves to be on that loud pedal, so whenever you see David coming, you're going to have a battle on your hands. So he's a two-time Bonfire Racing League champion, and the Bonfire Racing League are good friends of the MRL. A lot of participants in both leagues share time driving duties, so we're glad to have them here. And yeah, David Owens, you'd never count him out. He's always going to be in the mix in that NOS 11 wherever you find him. Carrying it back to round out our top five, we have David Brenner in the 22. We were just riding on board with David Brenner. He also runs in multiple series across the MRL. He's a Pensacola, Florida native there, and he's always running that 22, part of the Gulf Coast racing team. Those Gulf Coast boys, they're always in the mix wherever you may find them racing. So David Brenner rounds out your top five as we're at lap 31 of 150 in tonight's main feature here at Bristol.
Quick shout out to David Brenner for being the Ryan Newman of Gulf Coast racing, the toughest pass out of all of the team members, in my opinion.
I've raced against him.
David Brenner.
I've raced against Brenner, and yeah, he is a moving brick wall. You have to really size up that pass, and you got to be committed to whatever move you make, because he's going to have a defense on that. So, David Brenner, a skilled racer, definitely very competitive. You can kind of call him the Ross Chastain of the MRL in terms of trying to pass him.
Getting back to the action, it looks like Steve Lewis is starting to slip here a little bit. You think maybe he got a little bit too much into his tires there? Maybe heated up that right front too much, John?
I think Louis might have been cooking him a little bit. He may want to just take it easy, let those tires cool off a little bit. It's still early in the race, so maybe let David have it there. Yeah. I think David will probably take it regardless. So, it's still early. Let him have it. Save your stuff. We got plenty of time to go. Steve Lewis, the ultimate competitor, he's going for it every lap, so sometimes strategy may go out the window. And we see a good battle here. David really working on that bottom line, trying to make it work there. High line looks like it's really starting to rubber in pretty good, and looks to be the preferred way to get around.
Yeah, it looks like the bottom really is starting to work. I mean, Lewis is able to carry some momentum on the outside, but I just don't think he's going to be able to hold on that long up there. Just burning up that right front too much.
I think so. And you see David Owens just methodically working on him, patiently getting there lap after lap. He's going to wear him down. He's going to get to him here. And I think you might see him there. He just, he's slowly you see in him just be able to carry a little bit more speed, get a little bit more neck and neck with him. He'll be able to clear him here another lap or two.
You see David Brenner is now creeping into the picture. I also see Joe Volpus in the 3. He's starting to creep up on these guys as well.
Yeah, haven't heard much about Joe Volpus tonight, so I'm curious to see him. He's always doing the math and calculating. Definitely wants to take care of his equipment because he's always there at the end. So he's going to do what it needs to be, whatever the strategy is. He's going to take care of his equipment. He's doing the math in his head for the fuel and the tires, and he's not going to push the car if he doesn't have to. So good to see Joe Volpus up there, Pennsylvania native, the 4-time MRL champion. He's always in the mix for the trophy hunt. So he's just patiently waiting, let those guys use up their stuff, and he'll be waving adios here if they don't watch out.
Looks like maybe David Owens is going to be able to make that pass this time around. Side by side with Lewis off turn 2 again, and he just gets that run on the outside, John. just not able to get the momentum on the inside to clear him.
Yeah, Steve Lewis using the high side to his advantage. He definitely carrying the momentum off corner exit there. But it looks like David Owens is just patiently just working on him. And I think he's going to clear himself here pretty soon. He's definitely has the run here. As you see David Brenner just licking his chops, wanting to get in on this action, see if he can steal one here. As we see Louis getting loose. Fast Louis, 88, getting loose there. Steve Lewis just trying to hold that top there, so gets passed by David Owens and Brenner, and it looks like Joe Volpus down low looking inside on him.
Steve is going to hold on to 5th for the time being. Man, he's got to be careful with that wall with this open wheel car. You know, you get loose, you get into the wall a little bit. It's very easy to get wheel damage with these open wheel cars, so he's got to be very careful of that.
So you're not missing much up front. This is where the action is currently. You still have Joe Amato as your leader, 49 laps in out of the 150-lap main feature here. Tommy Fox just casually hanging tight in second there, about a second and a tenth behind. David Owens in third, David Brenner in fourth, and Joe Volpus making a move here on Steve Lewis to round out your top 5. So I think Lewis might have had a little damage there from hitting the wall, and I think his tires are probably a little hot right now. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm not sure if he really got any damage. I mean, it was a light hit, but I really think his tires are screaming, because I got to tell you, running the high line for more than a few laps in any car around this track, and those right side tires, they'll be hotter than the surface of the sun. So he's got to be real careful. He might want to think about changing up his line, maybe playing with that brake bias a little bit, and try and mitigate how much he's using that right front, because it looks like he's got Matt Novella starting to creep up on him now too for another spot.
And we know how much Matt Novella wants to get on this action. Had a little bit of a bad start there, but he's recovered nicely here as he's moving into 7th place there. He's sniffing 6th place, as you have Kevin Brower, a longtime member of the MRL family, running behind him. Kevin Brower there in the 9. He's always a staunch competitor, and good to see him out on the track tonight making some laps there, and just biding his time, riding behind Novella there, see if they can start moving up through the field here as things have gotten a little more spread out here on lap 55. What's the fuel window looking like? We're going to have a caution here at halfway. Am I not mistaken, Joe?
So that is correct. So when we get up to halfway here, well, it's not halfway. End of lap 70 is going to be our stage break. Top 3 are going to score points. 4 points to the winner of the stage, 2 points to 2nd place, and 1 point to 3rd. And at that point, people can come take fuel. They can take tires if they want to, as the 56 may have gotten the 88 a little bit. Oh, we got short track racing now.
56 showing the chrome horn there. He's letting them know, look, I'm faster, Lewis. I want by. So a great side-by-side battle there.
Kevin Brower's just looking for a way around.
Said, please don't hiccup in front of me. I don't want to be collected in the chaos.
These 3 are battling hard here for some spots in the back. Man, Steve Lewis has really not had a good time on these tires, but I gotta give him props for holding on to this spot as long as he has. I know he's really struggling on those tires at this point.
He's just begging to get 11 more laps in so we can have a break in the action. I know he's looking to use his strategy to maybe put 4 fresh Hoosiers on there and maybe take it easy the rest of the run, manage his tires differently as he tries to just defend off Matt Novella and Kevin Brower. As we see Kevin Brower make a little contact with the wall there. Take it easy, don't get up in those marbles there. You're going to find yourself going for a wild ride.
These guys are starting to get feisty. They're starting to get a little impatient. They want to make a move. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, Matt Novella.
Big wreck off turn 4, down the front stretch into turn 1. The 88, the 9.
You could just see that brewing there for a couple laps. Just Steve Lewis there holding, as we see 2 cars collected there, and we're still going green.
Oh, the caution is out.
Base car is out. So we saw that brewing there. Steve Lewis was kind of running the middle line there. Matt Novella was trying to gently nudge Steve Lewis in the preceding laps. Kevin Brower just trying to stay out of trouble. And maybe we can go back and catch a replay to see exactly how this unfolded. But just a little bit of a mess here. A little bit of contact there brings out our first caution of the night.
Let's get this all nice spooled up here. Now let's get a nice view of this from the 9 car. Let's see what happened here. So here we go down into turn 3, John. We got side by side, 56 and the 9. Looks like they're trying to find a way around Lewis. Looks like he's maybe trying to make a move around the outside.
Well, while watching this in real time, I was thinking they might have been going to split Steve Lewis on both sides since he possessed the center there. And then we see Steve Lewis holding his line. Matt Novella kind of drifting up there and just plowed up the track, made a little contact, and then you can see the chain reaction after that.
Man, it just looks like a bunch of cars that just unfortunately got into each other. Oh, a 56 with a huge hit to the inside wall.
Matt Novella just smacks that inside wall there. I'm glad they have safer barriers there now, as you see Brower and Lewis there on that up there high on the wall. Just incredible contact. Incredible contact.
It's incredible how far this wreck carried. It started coming out of 4, and we're in the middle of 1 and 2, and we're still wrecking.
Yeah, went down entire straightaways. We see Jack Sanders trying to elude, and oh no, Jack Sanders gets collected in this. A little bit of collateral damage as you see him go for a little bit of a ride.
Oh, he's going to spin down the track here. It looks like, he's going to spin right in front of the 56.
Oh, say it ain't so.
Going to be able to get it stopped.
Are we going to eat T-bone steaks tonight? What's going to happen here? I hope you like yours medium rare, Joe. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. More contact. Oh, it looks like the 914, though, on the other hand. Props to you. It looks like you got out of there unscathed.
Looks like Alverson was there to kind of skirt by and avoid that madness there. But some damage there. 4 cars involved in our first caution of the night. Pretty incredible to find that how that unfolded. As you see Joe Amato there as your leader. These guys are going to have to come in and make a pit stop, maybe fix some damage or maybe use that elusive fast repair. Maybe we can go down to Matty down there. What you got to break for us, Matty?
Yeah, word down pit road is that half the leaders might stay out, half the, obviously, the cars and the wreck have to come down pit road and make the fast repairs. But most of the leaders said that they're happy with their car. So I'm curious to see if they want to come down pit road, because I really haven't heard anything too much on the leaders. But as far as wrecked race cars go, they'll probably come down, get 4 tires, get their fast repair, and hopefully get back to it.
Yeah, because, we have our stage break here in a few laps, so I don't know if it would be advantageous to maybe get your service now or wait until the stage break, because, there are some valuable points that are at stake here. So kind of curious to see as we see David Owens exiting for service.
Yeah,
we have a few takers coming into pit road right now.
Yeah, David Owens is going to take right side tires here. Word from the pit crew. As far as Louis,
Matt Novella there, he looks like he has a wheel off the ground. He's running on 3 wheels. Wow.
Yeah, word is that he's going to get 4 tires in field here.
So we can see those that are involved in tonight's first caution there. Steve Lewis there getting some service down on pit road too. It's just what carnage.
So it definitely looks like here that the 11, he took right sides. So I guess he's going to play a strategy here and try and flip the stage and take the lead that way. Thanks for the great pit reporting. So we'll see if the 88 can make a good battle out of this. The 25, the 9, the 56, I believe he's getting his fast repair as well. You said thank you for that great update, Matty.
Kevin Brower and Matt Novella using that fast repair as well. little too much damage to overcome there, and don't want to lose valuable time on the track. So it looks like this is going to set up for about a four lap shootout to the stage break, if I'm not mistaken. Once everything gets cleaned up.
Let's get that pulled up for you here, so we can show everyone home what's going on.
The light's still on the pace car, so still under caution here at Bristol Motor Speedway on Friday Night Thunder.
Looks like the lights might be off this time by.
So I believe we'll be going back green here on this time around. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have ourselves a three-lap
shootout.
So I can see why the leaders did not go in for pit there, as you have valuable points and position here at stake.
Joe Amato going to choose the inside for this restart. We'll see if he is able to get a good launch and get away here.
Yep, pace car off here, so enter the Geico restart zone. Joe Amato leaps out to a start, gets Tommy Fox on the gun there, as we see David Brenner looking underneath in third. It's going to be a hell of a run here to the stage break here, as we see Tommy Fox in a double aught trying to chase down Joe Amato here as we enter lap 69 of 70 here. It'll be a white flag to your stage break.
Yeah, we're coming to white flag this time by. So we got still 2 to go. We're coming to 1 to go here in the stage. I saw Joe Volpus make some moves on the outside. He didn't take tires there, but he moved up to third.
Yeah, it looks like he wants himself a podium here and get in on this action here. Looks like we're at lap 70, so final lap before a stage break. Can Tommy Fox reel in Joe Amato and get the stage win?
No, he cannot.
Looks like he was just a little short. Well defended by Joe Amato, as he is your stage winner here tonight on Friday Night Thunder. So kudos to Joe Amato. He's going to get himself the stage points.
What a great start to the race for him. So he gets the pole. He leads the beginning of the race. He's going to come down pit road here, so we'll go to Matty here in a second. And he wins the first stage, the stage break. What a great start to the race for him.
Trying to maximize points here as we see their leaders go down pit road here. Matty, what's going on down there on pit road?
Yep, your leaders with Joe Amato's going to take 2 tires. Joe Volpus with 2 tires as well. Brenner as well, 2 tires. Louis is going to get his fast repair. Fox is going to take 4 tires. Rose is going to take 4 tires. Alverson 4 tires. Brower 4 tires.
See, pit road, a very busy place. I'm kind of curious, Joe. There, some of our leaders using a 2-tire strategy instead of putting 4 freshies on there. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages of that strategy?
So, like we were talking about with the big tires on this car, usually the way it works is this car is usually a little bit tighter than other cars, even though it is on rails, so to speak. So it's a lot like the next gen car, where it really tries to lean on that right front tire. And the left sides don't usually get used up a lot. So, you go down pit road after 70 laps, the left sides might be barely used up. And usually what you want to have is at least 2 tires that are already up to temp, because this car is very, very volatile on cold tires. So having those left sides up to temperature and a little bit worn in usually helps you get your right sides up to temp without the car getting too loose. So that's the whole purpose behind taking the 2 tires. That and the track position really does usually make it a better call than taking 4 tires at most tracks.
I could see that definitely being an advantage at a place like Bristol with your concrete surface and the high banks there. You just don't want to find yourself doing helicopters on a restart because your tires aren't up to temperature.
So a little housekeeping there. So under this caution, Matt Novella got the lucky dog. So we have 10 cars on the lead lap. The only car being scored -1 lap at this point in the race is the number 9 Hooters car of Kevin Brower.
Okay, so a lot going on during our stage break here. Drivers can kind of catch their collective breaths there, and we'll probably be going green here with roughly 50% of your race length to go. So with that being said...
Which way you going, John? Which way you going here? High or low?
If I were choosing, I'd go on the high line. That seems to be the place to be. You kind of get that restart, get out to that lead, and then you can migrate down to the bottom and kind of manage your tires.
Well, you know what? It seems that David Owens agrees with your assessment. He's gone with the outside here for this restart. Steve Lewis is going to be on the inside. Second row, we got Joe Volpus and David Brenner. Tommy Fox, Andrew Alverson, row 3. We're going to have a great restart here. Pace car is about to pull off. We're heading into the Geico restart zone. And the green flag is back out. We are racing once again here at Bristol.
Steve Lewis with a bad restart. He just wasn't pulled up tight with that 11 there. But he makes contact with the leader. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there's a caution out there. We had a caution on the restart.
So a botched
I'm
restart.
being told by iRacing that there was a caution on the restart from the officials. It sounds like there was an issue in the back of the field, including the dominating car from the beginning of the race, Joe Amato. Let's go back and see what happened.
Yeah, pretty incredible here to witness on the restart here. It just didn't look like Steve Lewis was up front, even with David Owens. And as we see Joe Amato here, it looks like...
So if we go on board here, look at the 56. Let's go cockpit cam with the 56 car.
Right on board with Matt Novella here. See what we see on the restart from his perspective. And it looks like a little bit of netcode as Joe Amato experienced a little bit of packet loss and was blinking.
So let's take a look at that from another angle. It looked like we had some magic tricks going on there with the 908 car on the track. Let's get a better angle here.
You really can make a race car disappear.
So let's get a better look here. Let's go on board with let's see here. So we're coming into the restart zone. Got the 251, 908, 56 lined up. 251 gets a bad start. 908 disappears twice. 56 slows down for him. 908's still gone. 908's still gone. 908's back, spun out. Now he's gone. Now he's back. Now he's gone. Now he's back. Now he's gone. Now he's back. Now he's gone. And now he's gone again for, okay, now he's over there. It looks like he's trying to turn the car around. Okay. Mm-hmm. And all right, now we're backing it up. Okay.
So not necessarily a racing incident per se, but more of a technical difficulty on Joe Amato's end. Now, different things may happen for different reasons, but a secure and solid internet connection is definitely ideal for doing this, because you don't want to have a situation where you're there and then magically you're not, and then when you return, you're in the wall or spun out.
Now let's see what happened here, what we saw at the front. This is on board with Steve Lewis. So let's see when the caution lights are on here. All right, so caution lights are on.
If there's a way that maybe we could go back to that restart just to show the difference from where David Owens was to where Steve Lewis was. Steve Lewis just wasn't up there with David Owens, just basically conceding the start to David Owens.
Let's run it from Steve Lewis's eyes, full speed. Let's see.
He spotted David Owens a full car length on that restart, and I just don't understand what happened there.
All right. There's the caution lights. And my goodness.
And then David Owens kind of yields a little bit, acknowledging the caution light, while Steve Lewis was still full throttle. So a little bit of an awareness issue, a little bit of just a
communication right there.
Communication issue right there. Yeah, Steve Lewis just not realizing it was a caution for whatever reason. I know they can happen pretty bang bang.
That's pretty unfortunate right there, and it looks like we do have 56 down pit road again.
I'd say Marty down there in the pits, you got a copy of what's going on with Matt Novella.
Yeah, it's just going to come down pit road and fix his damage here. No tires.
Well, it looks like he went down the wrong pit road. Oh, there he
Matt
goes. Now he's
Novella,
on the outside.
little insult to injury, went into the wrong pit entry as we are just utilizing the one side of pit road here for tonight's event.
It's like KB, Kevin Brower, is getting the lucky dog here.
So he'll be able to get his lap back, and that's a good thing. Get him back on track. So I don't know if I could see a little bit of damage on David Owens' car in the back there, or on the nose of Steve Lewis's ride. I'd have to imagine there's got to be a little bit of cosmetic damage.
It looks like maybe that little bumper bar's messed up a little bit on the 11.
I don't think that's going to affect the handling much on that 11 car. What's the nose look like on that 88? Maybe we can get a bird's eye view of what Lewis's front of his modified's looking like over here.
No.
Maybe barely a Scotia cosmetic. I don't think that's going to affect the aero on the car. I don't think it's affecting the handling. Looks like all the suspension's in place.
So it looks like they got away lucky on this one there, John. So good on them. I mean, like it's unfortunate when anything happens under caution, of course, but it looks like they got away with it.
Indeed, they did. You know, you want them to settle it on the track. You don't want to have some kind of procedural event happen and ruin the chance of competing for the best finish possible. So glad to see that there's no harm, no foul. And looks like the pace lights are still on the car, so we're just cleaning things up here on lap 80 of 150 tonight.
It's like the 56 had so much damage to fix, he fell a lap down again, unfortunately.
So Matt Novello will
the 9 car having some issues there. Looks like maybe stalled out on track. It looks like he's got it rolling again.
Yep, Kevin Brower there, a little difficulty, but that's okay. He's up to speed again. Matt Novello will be in our lucky dog position in the event of another caution, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that 56. Just not having a good go of things here tonight.
Lights are off. Which way does David Owens go?
I'll be taking the high line all day if I were David Owens. We'll see what happens when we come to the choose. Looks like he wants the bottom. He wants the bottom. Maybe he thinks he can clear Steve Lewis on the high side or the low side if we're judging on that last restart.
Yeah, the way David Owens got out of the blocks, he had like a 3-car length lead before we even got to the start-finish line.
Shot out of a cannon. He had that time perfectly as soon as they entered the Geico restart zone. So we'll see the pace car here peel off, and we'll see if we can go back to racing.
And it looks like we're going green again.
David Owens out to a great start as he clears Steve Lewis. Steve Lewis there with David Brenner there fighting for second. A little bit of contact there as they get side by side. Things really heating up as the competition ramps up in a second stage of our event tonight. Steve Lewis there threatening for the lead. It looks like he's going to clear David Owens, and Steve Lewis is going to lead tonight in the 88.
Look at that, just a power move around the outside. I guess he decided that he wanted to get the lead. Oh, 3 in the 22, making a little contact.
It said go, go, go. So Steve Lewis out there in the lead there, using the high side to his advantage. Now it's all about managing your gap and managing your tires here. You know, you want to be able to get out in that clean air, but by the same token, we still have roughly 65 laps to go. You want to maintain and hold on to your equipment, make sure it lasts so you're there at the end.
Yeah, I'm definitely concerned that he's going to wear up those tires a little bit too fast. David Owens goes back in on him.
Putting the pressure on him. David Owens knows how to manage the gap. He knows how to take care of his equipment while applying the pressure. So he's going to give Steve Lewis fits here. It looks like he wants to challenge and sniff that lead again and putting that pressure on, using that bottom side.
Contact! We got a wreck down the backstretch. 22 in the wall, 9:14, 11. Big wreck down the backstretch.
Collecting the field, the big one at Bristol on Friday Night Thunder. That's going to bring out our caution again. Wow, a lot to clean up there as we see Steve Lewis and David Owens going for it there, making contact and collecting others in their wake.
Let's go back and see what happened there, John. Big wreck there down the backstretch.
You'd love to see hard racing. You'd love to see a great battle for the lead here. What you don't want to see is your leaders going for it and then collecting innocent bystanders in the midst of their battle. Looks like Steve Lewis there. He's got a nice line, trying to hold steady up top there. David Owens, definitely more speed carrying in the corner there. And just into the back of Steve Lewis there. Didn't check up, didn't lift. And David Brenner with no place to go.
Oh, the 914.
Alverson collected in there too. So it definitely it split the field wide open. You just hate to be in the middle of that as we see Novella.
What happened to him?
Again.
We got to go back and see that.
Matt Novella has been a magnet tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
This is way behind the wreck.
This one by no making of his own.
See what happened from his perspective.
So you see the carnage. See Novella up high. He's definitely out of the throttle there, trying to do proper wreck avoidance.
There goes Mean Gene.
And it looks like Kevin Brower just gives him a little bit of encouragement, we'll call it. And Novella slides down the track into Alverson.
Unfortunately, there was a car right there.
So Matt Novella trying to do the right thing and avoid the wreck, and ends up a casualty of it just the same.
It is unfortunate that these cars do catapult like that sometimes. So he almost had that wreck missed. That would have gotten him the lucky dog here. So an unfortunate break for Matt Novella. He'll be tracked a lap down still. And Steve Lewis looks like he's going to hold on to the lead for the time being through all this.
Steve Lewis, he's going to be our leader here. And looks like David Owens kind of slid back there. We'll have to see. He's coming down pit road. Matty, what you got on David Owens down there in pit road?
Yeah, he's going to take left side tires here. Then he's going to come around one more time and fix the damage.
10-4, Matty down there in the pits, giving us the good coverage, giving us the inside info. And what can you tell us about the Alverson there in the 914? It looks like he was getting some service.
Yeah, he's just getting his fat repair done. He'll change 4 tires next time.
Okay. Lap 89 of 150 here on Friday Night Thunder at Bristol Motor Speedway. David Brenner in there, and look at all the damage on his car. You can see it clear as day up here from the press box. What's going on, Matty? What's he going to do with his?
Yeah, it's going to do a fast repair as well. Novella is also going to come down pit road and fix his damage.
So the benefit of the fast repair, Joe, I think it's an added asset to the series. That way, in case something doesn't go your way, that doesn't make you completely eliminated from having a good night.
Yeah, you saw it there. The 22 car, it looked like the left front was disconnected. He couldn't even get it stopped in his pit stall. Had to roll backwards. As soon as he got in there, it looked like a car immediately fixed. All right, so what I'm hearing here from race control, John, is that the 88, that Steve Lewis has accepted responsibility for this caution and will be handed an EOL for race control.
So another rule for this series, if you're involved in causing the caution, like other series that we run in MRL, you will get an EOL penalty. So costly error by Steve Lewis, your leader, as he's going to slide to the rear of the field. But on a positive note, he will receive credit for leading laps tonight. So there's your bonus point. So a silver lining, if you will, but definitely devastating, as he's going to have to work his way all the way back to the front once we get started.
And just like that, it looks like the Geico LensCrafters 3 car is going to inherit the lead for the first time tonight.
Joe Volpus, your new leader there after Steve Lewis takes his EOL penalty under caution here. Joe Volpus, he's in a tight points battle, tied with David Owens currently. So this is going to be good for him, considering those two, David Owens has led laps, got a bonus point for that tonight. Now Joe Volpus will get a bonus point for leading a lap tonight. And with Volpus, your leader, he'll try to log some laps and maybe lead the most laps tonight, get that extra point in his pocket. This points battle's far from over.
Looks like he'll be taking the outside here on this restart, John.
That's where I'd have it all day. Give me that outside. Give me that high line. Let me carry that momentum. And we'll see Tommy Fox there do some battle here. See if he gets a good jump here and give Joe fits. Let's see. Pace lights are off the car, so we will be going green this time around.
Quick note here, it looks like Joe Amato's worked his way back up to fourth. So he looks like he's going to be a contender here in the closing stages.
Joe Amato with the fast car early on. Let's see if he can recapture some of that as we see we go green again. Joe Volpus with a great restart. Tommy Fox down there on the bottom. We'll see if he can clear Joe Amato. And it looks like he's going to slide up there and clear Joe Amato for second place. Amato challenging staunchly in third. And we're here lap 93 of 150 tonight on MRL Friday Night Thunder. You see Kevin Brower in fourth place and Jack Sanders. Jack Sanders, haven't heard from him all night. He'll round out the top five. He was caught up in that first caution there with a little bit of contact. But Jack Sanders, the Colonel, he's in your top five tonight, and that sexy-looking 25.
Oh, we got a caution. We got a caution out. What? There's a caution out on the track.
Waiting to hear from the iRacing officials what the cause of the caution is. I didn't see anything out on the track.
Well, we're hearing from race officials that we've had technical difficulties, similar to our broadcast technical difficulties. It seems that we've had the caution button have a mind of its own for an admin, and we have a caution here that was unintended. So, no wreck, just an accidental caution here on lap 95.
A world full of technological advances and a lot of visual aids to make our lives easier. You still have that human component to get in the way of things. So this is why we can't have nice things, Joe. Accidents happen, and humans being humans, nobody's perfect. So a phantom caution here on lap 96. So hopefully we can get this cleaned up as we see Matt Novella going around there. Looks like he's going to be back on your lead lap, so he was our lucky dog. And let's see if we can have a green lap run. I like to see these guys battle it out. Matty, we got some takers down on pit road. What do you see down there?
David Owens and Steve Lewis are just going to come down and fix damage here.
So getting a little cosmetic and a little aero fix so their cars can perform as best as they can. As we see Matt Novella going down for service. A little bit of the same, Matty. He's just fixing some damage.
Yep.
So Matt Novella trying to get his modified duct taped up a little bit more so it holds together for the finish. Joe, a handful of cautions tonight. We see cautions breeding cautions. I'm hoping they can clean things up. What are you seeing?
It's just typical short track racing sort of thing that'll happen sometimes. But you know what I'm going to say is you said we can't have nice things there with that fan of caution. But I think Matt Novella will say that we should have nice things because that caution got him back on the lead lap there.
Yeah, he's probably also saying that the check is in the mail. Wink, wink.
Looks like we're at 2 to green here, so we're going to come back around another time and then double them up again.
Looks like we'll go back green
50 to go.
Go back green on lap 101 of lap 50 tonight on the return of Friday Night Thunder on MRL Broadcasting on YouTube.
What a return it's been, John. Man, this has been a wild race to this point. I don't think the fans at home, they've had the chance to see us run the modifieds before. So I'm sure they're just as thrilled as we are to see this kind of racing. And, it's been real action-packed to this point. Kind of a bunch of different leaders, which, that's the big gripe with me with the late models around this track is it's really hard to pass here. But you don't see that problem here with the modified. So we got a lot of action going on here tonight.
Yeah, our audience definitely accustomed to seeing our broadcast with the late model stock, the Cars Tour series. So this is a nice treat to show another discipline of short track racing that the MRL does offer. So if you out there have been curious about what we do or curious about maybe participating as you have iRacing, feel free to reach out to us. We offer a lot of different disciplines of racing. We're just out here having a good time, We'd love to have you out there. The more the merrier. Pace lights are off the pace car there, so we're going to go green, hit our restart zone. Volpus in control. Tommy Fox on the inside there. Joe Volpus gets a great restart there as we see a little bit of contact in the back of Tom Fox there. So that gives Kevin Brower second place, as he was opportunistic and takes second place there. Joe Volpish, your leader here as we go green.
Man, such a great restart there. The car behind him was actually able to clear Tommy Fox as well. KB up to second place on that restart.
Yes, I don't know if Tommy missed a gear or just mistimed it, but
oh, we got a wreck! We got a wreck!
Contact
I saw the 25
again.
going around.
Contact. We're gonna go under caution once more.
Oh, the 56, the 11.
David Owens involved again. Steve Lewis.
88. What happened? We're gonna have to roll it back, see what happened here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. If they stacked up or what happened on that restart, but I'm gonna have to see if we can get Matt Novella some good health insurance, because he's been involved in a lot of miscues tonight. I hope he's feeling all right after all this.
I saw the 25. It looked like he spun out of the corner of my eye when we came down the front stretch there. See if we can go on board with him and see what happened.
Riding aboard with Jack Sanders in the 25, as you can see, looks like he gets up. You can't go below the apron at Bristol. It's a recipe for disaster. You get into that concrete and merge over to that asphalt surface, you can call it a wrap. So I don't know if we were having original recipe or extra crispy, but for Colonel Sanders, that's not the outcome he was looking for, as he makes contact with that inside wall that hits back.
Yeah, he got the left front down on the apron, destroyed the left front tire there, so he's going to have to take a fast repair. Now, what happened back here?
So looking at the back of the field, you got the chase view here on Steve Lewis, as we see Sanders hit that transition and get loose. Steve Lewis there trying to do wreck avoidance. It looks like he gets up in the racing line that David Owens
no.
Matt Novella. So they're really nowhere to go. They were stacking up. Steve Lewis, wrong place at the wrong time, creates a domino effect.
Oh, this looks like the 56 there. If we roll it back, it looked like he was
given no quarter as he was riding on the back of David Owens' bumper there. Maybe if we can ride along with the 56 here, you can get a better view of and see how this entire event unfolds. So here we are. Not aware that there's caution or a car spinning at the moment. So they could see the smoke and the wreck avoidance. It's bang, bang. And you could see that they were still in the throttle there.
Oh, right underneath the 11.
And you could see how these cars can kind of catapult and get sprung.
That's a real tough break right there. Big wreck on the front stretch. All from Jack Sanders. Looked like he was maybe going to be able to save it, and then everybody behind just scrambled a little too much there.
Yes, Steve Lewis just trying to do the right thing and avoid the wreck, try to get away from the contact. But you have guys behind you, and they're still running at pace. So it's a real bang bang play. Everything unfolds so quickly. But in those kinds of situations, you got to rely on your spotter, and you gotta be aware of what's in front of you, and just try to hold your line there. It's just an unfortunate set of circumstances. Matty, what do you have down for us on pit road? Does Novella still have a car to work with here?
He just got towed back. Needs to be a lengthy repair for him.
So that's going to effectively end Matt Novella's day in contention there. Just try to stay in it and see if he can outpoint anyone that may have a DNF tonight. Shame for Matt Novella, really fighting tooth and nail to try to stay competitive tonight.
Oh, did you hear that? It just started screeching in the background.
What do we have going on? I think there was a differing of opinion. I heard some chatter over the team radios there.
Uh-oh, what happened here?
Oh
no.
Okay, so we're under caution here.
It's like some expression of some displeasure gone wrong.
David Owens absolutely upset with Steve Owens over the wreck avoidance.
And then it looks like Steve Lewis decided to take a souvenir cone along with him.
they're going to charge you for those. You're on camera. I don't know about you, Joe, but that looks like something that goes above and beyond, and then they might have a little talking to in the hauler after this race. David Owens clearly upset with Steve Lewis over how the caution unfolded and the unfortunate contact they made. You can't take guys out under caution like that. That's just goes against the code of racing there,
I'm gonna say it like a former NASCAR legend said. It's Bristol, baby.
Indeed it is. So Friday Night Thunder bringing the boom as David Owens shows his displeasure with Steve Lewis here as we're under caution. Looks like we're getting to close down to just around 50 laps remaining. The lights are off on the pace car. What do you see happening here in these final laps, Joe, as we wind this thing down here? You get a green flag run, and who do you see as our comers and goers as Vulpes chooses the high line here?
The one thing I'm going to note here is it's starting to get really dark around this track. You can see nighttime starting to set in. The tire temps are going to start going down. So the one thing you want to be careful of is not overheating those tires. So the guys that have been on their tires longer are going to be more susceptible to heating them up. So that's going to be something to watch out here. The guys that pitted for tires sooner than others are going to be at the most danger here. So I know Vulpes, he took his tires pretty early as we go green.
Vulpes with a great restart there. As you see Kevin Brower on the bottom there, not going to be able to run side by side. Joe Amato's come back to life there in second place on the high line outside. So you see Amato clearing Brower. Will Amato have anything for Vulpes here? It looks like Amato wants to take back what he started with.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, John. Looks like he's had the fastest car here all night. Able to get the pole, won the stage, and look at him. He went from, remember, that stage break just, 40 laps ago, he was having that terrible blinking issue at the back of the field, and now he's on the back bumper of the leader.
Well, it looks like he's not losing packets anymore. He's trying to lose Joe Vulpes here and regain the lead. He's got a rocket ship tonight. When you say these cars are on rails, Joe Amato, he really is on rails tonight.
We'll see how aggressive Joe Vulpes is this time around at Bristol, too. Last time we were here, he was leading the race late, and he was being real aggressive with his blocks. He ended up getting punted out of the way at some point, and it cost him a bunch of spots. So we'll see how aggressive he is this time.
As you see the lap prior there, a little contact with the wall from Kevin Brower there. So it's short track racing, These guys are definitely giving you your money's worth tonight out there. And it looks like Amato still applying the pressure on Vulpes, trying to find a way around as he's inching, looking inside, seeing if he can get that bottom to stick. Vulpes just rolling the outside really well here.
You saw it. He tried to block off that move going into 3, and he thought better of it. He remembered what happened last time, and it looks like it's going to benefit Amato.
Yeah, with this many laps remaining, do you really want to fight and pinch him on the bottom? You see Brower hitting the wall yet again. That wall hits back, Kevin Brower. You got to be careful out there. As we see Joe Amato battling Vulpes for the lead, it looks like he might clear him on corner exit here. He's going to try to clear himself. Not quite there yet. What a battle. What a show they're putting on for the lead. This is wonderful racing to watch. I'm loving this as we see Amato clear Vulpes for the lead. Joe Amato, once again, your race leader here on lap 117 at Bristol Motor Speedway on your Friday Night Thunder.
About to say, it looked like Joe got up in the, Joe Vulpes, that is, got up in the marbles coming at it too, and that gave Amato enough space to clear him. Well, it was a great side-by-side battle for a few laps. I wish we could have had it for a few more.
That was some good racing there, yeah. I mean, let's see if Joe Vulpes responds here and doesn't let Amato get away. Maybe he can return the favor here and make things interesting. As you see, Tommy Fox there in third place. He's definitely not done by any means. He's saying, hey, I want a piece of this action. And also, Kevin Brower hanging tough in fourth. David Brenner, after all his repairs, round out your top 5. So these guys aren't done racing, as you got a nice pack there. But Kevin Brower needs to stop making contact with that wall if he intends to stick with it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give a shout out here to the guy running in sixth place, Andrew Alverson, making his debut. He's out there. He's just been logging the laps. Remember, he got caught up in that wreck with Lewis and Brenner and Owens back on like lap 80. Had to take his fast repair, got his car fixed, kept it clean ever since. Look at him. He's just hanging tough there in sixth, maybe looking his way for a top 5 in his first start. What a performance.
Welcome to Friday Night Thunder, Andrew. Great to have you here. Great showing in his debut. Just taking in all the sights and just getting acclimated to this series. And he's holding his own out there. So good showing from Andrew Alverson here in his debut in the 914.
Then to look a little further back, we got David Owens. He's climbed back up to 7.
I think he's got some damage on there, and he's just not the car he had a few laps ago.
That's exactly what I'm seeing as well, John. And then we got the 25 back here in 8th place.
They burnt that chicken tonight, Colonel Sanders. Hate to see that. But Jack Sanders, he's not going to give up. He's going to try to stick with it, and he's committed to finishing this race. So good to see Jack out there tonight.
For second.
And it looks like applying the pressure there, Tommy Fox and Joe Volpis, as we see Amato stretching that lead to about 3/4 of a second with 24 laps to go tonight. Tommy Fox wants a podium, maybe the silver medal. See if he can clear Volpis and maybe challenge our leader. But Amato's going to be hard to beat, Joe. He's really logging those laps. It's getting dicey there. It's getting dicey.
22 got the wall hard.
Yeah, David Brenner in that wall pretty hard. You see, we're getting to the place where the laps are clicking down really fast, and the time to go is now. It's time to push the pedal. Let's go.
Tommy Fox trying to make a run down the inside again. Here we go.
Man, these things, these modifieds are fun to watch, and they just get so close to each other, and it's so close to see, anticipate wheel rub, and these cars just get out of shape. It seems that they're very twitchy.
Looks like Joe is able to get away a little bit there from that corner, and now we got Brenner and Tommy Fox battling for third.
A little side-by-side action there. Tommy Fox holding strong down there in the bottom, making it work there. David Brenner trying to get around him on the outside, see if he can carry his momentum. And it looks like this battle is going to be far from over. Kevin Brower just hanging tight. Alverson there just watching it all go by. As you see, David Owens trying to inch back in the picture there. Got good pack racing right here. This is a nice battle.
And as this is all going on, Joe Amato is just pulling away, almost a second lead now on Volpis.
He's got that clean air. Those guys are side by side, and I don't know if Volpis used up his stuff earlier in the run.
914's off the pace. Looks like he may have had a moment.
Looks like Alverson there. He just needed to catch his breath there and recover. It's easy to get out of shape. You're pushing it too hard, getting the marbles or flirt with that apron.
Although there's some radio transfer between Owens and Alverson, wanted to maybe even a little contact there.
With under 20 to go, it's tooth and nail. No quarter given. These guys are going for it now. And this is the best battle right here. The battle for third right here. Tommy Fox and David Brenner just side by side, lap after lap. It's rinse and repeat. Looks like we got this on loop. What a hell of a battle.
As much as you see David Owens has closed into these guys, Joe Volpis in front of him hasn't been able to get away. So I wonder if maybe he's fallen into the Steve Lewis trap of burning the right front off the car.
You think maybe he used this stuff up a little earlier in the run there? As you see, Brenner clears Tommy Fox, putting the pressure on Volpis now for second.
Yeah, you see just how quickly he gets up to him after he cleared Tommy.
Looks like David Brenner was managing his equipment there. He saved a little bit on those tires, and looks like he's going to try here as we get near 10 laps remaining. 12 to go here, be 11 at the line. Joe Amato is out of frame right now, so he's got over a second lead here, over second through fifth. As you see, quite a pack right there. That's a hornet's nest.
Like Owens got the wall and maybe got up in the marbles coming at it too. He's going to lose a bit of time there.
He sure did. You see Tommy Fox there drifting back a little bit. Maybe he used his stuff up a little bit, and he's starting to give up a little bit.
Coming to 9 laps to go this time. Joe Amato with a 2 2/10 lead over. 9 and 3 in the wall.
and that's going to give enough room there. David Brenner is going to try to take that for his advantage. As you see, more contact. Oh, the side by side, wheel to wheel. 8 tires are better than 4. This battle is far from over. Second place is precious. These guys know how important the points are, and they're going to fight for every one of them here in the closing laps as we have 8 to go on Friday Night Thunder at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Man, they're bouncing off the walls. They're bouncing off each other. What a battle for second place out here.
Well, I'm glad the fenders are already off because they wouldn't have any to finish this race with the pace they're going.
What an incredible battle here. It looks like Brenner's falling back into the clutches a little bit. Maybe Volpa's got his tires cooled down a little. Brenner got him heat him up a little. Not really sure. Maybe he's just trying to mount that last charge, coming to 5 to go.
Volpus is holding on a second as he has a swarm behind him challenging for that second place position. Joe Amato off to a nearly 1.5 second lead over second place. Amato has checked out. It's his race to lose at this point. As you see, the battle for second is heating up profusely with 4 laps to go.
See Kevin Brower trying to make a move around the outside of Tommy Fox.
Yeah,
Brenner's going to try and size up the 3 car again.
Brenner let those tires cool off a couple laps. Going to make another charge at it as we have 3 to go. The intensity's ratcheted up. Tommy Fox trying to get by there. He's going to clear Kevin Brower. David Owens lurking in the back there, watching it all unfold in front of him. Joe Volpus holding on dearly to second place as Joe Amato is still our leader. 2 to go here at Bristol.
Let's go to Joe Amato, who's just driven away. Here he comes out of turn 4.
He's
take the white flag.
Steve Lewis. Yeah, our final lap presented by Credit One here. The white flag lap here. Joe Amato looking for his first win here. The 908 has been amazing all night on rails. A little bit of diversity has come back as he crosses the finish line. Joe Amato is your winner on Friday Night Thunder here on MRL.
Joe Amato with the win. He'll take the sweep. Oh my God, what is going on?
David Owens still not done with Steve Lewis. Really upset with him over that.
Oh my goodness. The 88 and the 11, they're going to need to be pulling out their backup cars for the next race after that. Wow.
I think they're going to be dragged down to the hauler. I'm hearing word from the iRacing stewards that they are not pleased with the 88 and the 11. We'll give you details as those unfold, but for now, Joe Amato doing his victory donuts. Well earned, sir. Well played. He had the class of the field tonight, and Joe Amato is your winner in the 908.
Well, he got the pole, he won the stage, and he wins the race. What a performance from Joe Amato here tonight in that unsponsored 908 car. Man, he's got to get some stickers on that thing so he can do a proper celebration in Victory Lane with some sponsors. It's got the Scott Wimmer thing going on here from the Busch Series way back in the day.
Almost looks like a test vehicle out there, but I think sponsors are going to sit up and take notice after the display he's put on tonight as he does his Polish victory lap, homage to Alan Kulwicki, the late Alan Kulwicki. Joe Amato, hell of a run tonight. Let's
what a race this was
take
here
a run
tonight.
down and see what our top 10 looks like, Joe, as they're having a little bit of an after party there. You have second place. You have Joe Volpus was able to get your silver medal tonight. You know, speaking of Joe Volpus, I think this is going to bode well for him because definitely a better finish than David Owens. You know, I think he equaled the amount of bonus points to David Owens tonight. So that's really going to help his cause. And you see David Brenner rounding out our top 3.
So, of course, looking at those points there on the right, 40, 38, 36, and so on, those are the points without the bonus points from tonight. So that's for finishing in those positions. So keep that in mind. So Joe Amato, of course, with the win. Joe Volpus holds on to second, Brenner third, Tommy Fox fourth, David Owens rounds out your top 5. Then you got Kevin Brower, Andrew Alverson in his debut, Jack Sanders, Jerry Rose, Mean Gene, and Steve Lewis rounds out the top 10. Matt Novella did get that car back out onto the track to finish the race, 26 laps down, unfortunately, in 11th.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Mean Gene Money there. He's not only an amazing broadcaster here on the MRL, but he's also a good racer here as well. Loves to get down and dirty and mix it up with us when he can. So good on Mean Gene there with a top 10 tonight.
And then taking a look at the points, coming out of tonight's race. Remember, we had a tie at the top of the leaderboard, and now look at that. Vulpes takes over the lead by 13 coming out of tonight's race.
I knew it, despite not getting the victory, it was a great run by Vulpes tonight. A little misfortune from David Owens. Wrong place, wrong time. Sometimes you make your luck and sometimes luck finds you, good or bad. Joe Vulpes taking advantage of that here after Bristol. So opening up that points lead there from a dead heat. It looks like Tommy Fox there still holding steady, still within shouting distance. What he's going to need to really have some strong finishes here as we get down towards the end of the season here. But I would like to see if we hear anything down from pit road, Matty. A little bit of an exchange of words from Lewis and Owens. Were there any fisticuffs down there?
Yes, there were plenty of words. Not fisticuffs, but they were arguing about it.
So it looks like our series officials definitely intervened before any punches were thrown tonight. So we'll have to see what happens moving on there. But those two definitely not happy with each other at the moment. We see our points there. So it's still anybody's battle, Joe.
It's still anybody's battle in the points, and to bring up those results one last time, congratulations to the winner, Joe Amato. We got a bunch of races left here still in the season. We still got a few modified races left. We got New Hampshire coming up. We got Thompson coming up. And we got Iowa coming up as well to close out the season. So we're going to have some great battles here in the modifieds. Be tuned in for our late model broadcast from Friday Night Thunder at North Wilkesboro, as well as give a shout out to Mean Gene, Zach Panzarella, and Kevin Kyle, as well as they'll be doing the broadcast for Monday night for Monday Mayhem Cup Series, as well as the Wednesday Xfinity Series. So shout out to them and all the great work they do, and everybody else that's involved in MRL broadcasting. I got to give a big shout out to Buddy as well. He's been a great person to help with the production. Really help out with that kind of stuff. He's a great racer. I hope he is able to show up tomorrow night and get his spot in the playoffs for Monday night.
Yeah, Buddy Solly definitely did a lot of the legwork here, a lot of the coding to get what you see in front of here to actually be implemented. So definitely makes this production look more real to life, more polished and professional. So, Buddy, I really appreciate your efforts. Thank you for that. And, Joe, I'm telling you, it feels great to be back here on Friday Night Thunder to present this on YouTube and let the fans out there see what they've been missing. Great to be back. Great to be with you in the booth, and great to have Maddie down on pit road. So, welcome back. Good to be here.
Great to have you guys as well. Just get some closing thoughts. Maddie, how was it for your first time down there on pit road? How did you enjoy tonight's race?
I enjoyed it. Obviously nervous at first, but that comes with it. But obviously, maybe as we do more of these, I'll get more comfortable with it.
It's great to hear, John. We've done a lot of these broadcasts together, so I know you've seen a lot of these short track beefs carry over week to week. So I know you've seen these rivalries and stuff. So what was your takeaway from tonight?
Stay tuned. Hold on to your seat because there's more to come. These guys are like elephants in terms of not forgetting. They do not have short memories. They do have short tempers, but not short memories. So I can't wait to see as we go into the next weeks and see how these rivalries build up, see how the points situations change. If you think it's just going to be Joe Vulpes running away with this, maybe you're rooting for him, and that's great, but this is far from over, and I know I'm going to be here in the booth. Usually we have Mean Gene in here with us, but he's taking care of Monday and Wednesdays, and I'm glad to see him in the car racing on Friday night. So, Joe, I can't wait to close out this season with you and see how it all pans out.
Well, I gotta piggyback off that and say I'm real excited to close out the season, the second half. It's been great. I mean, it's really great to be back. I know it's been a long time. I hope everybody's excited to see us back. It's been about a year since we've been able to do one of these broadcasts, so we were really excited to get this one out for you. And we hope that this lived up to your expectations. We hope you guys really enjoyed tonight's race. I know we did. It was a real exciting one. And once again, congrats to Joe Amato on getting his first MRL Friday Night Thunder win at Bristol.
So with that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, and stay tuned.
And on behalf of myself, John, and Breaking Maddie down on pit road, everyone have a great night. Thanks for coming out. See you next week.